Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's good. You just did that. At this time, I'd like to call our meeting to order. Thank you so much for coming and joining in with us this evening. We do have an agenda and you desire to have a copy of it. It's on the table on my right. We note that this is a meeting, the Northampton County Board of Commissioners official meeting, where we take care of the business of our county. We do note that we have a mission statement, which is behind me. Along with that is a vision statement, talks about what we're all about. I need not to go through that tonight. For all of you are familiar faces, and you all know what this commissioner board is about. So there again, thank you for coming and joining in with us. I do have a quorum tonight. We do have the absence of Ms. Faulkner, whose husband is hospitalized at Duke, and we're praying for him this evening that he will come through and it will be a success for him. So at this time, I'd like to have a moment of silence, for a few moments, as we think about the day and yesterday and days to come in this world and all that's going on. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. At this time, we live in this United States of America, best place to live. Let us at this time repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Board members, you have before you a copy of the agenda for this evening. That agenda is before you. Are there anything on this agenda that needs to be eliminated? We need to add anything for discussion. So I would entertain that at this time. If there are no add-ons, then I would like a motion that we would approve this agenda as written.
So moved. Second.
Moved and properly second that we approve this agenda. All in favor? Any questions? No question? All in favor, known by usual sign aye.
Aye, Buffalo.
Aye.
Aye, Boone.
Ayes have it. Motion is carried. Thank you so much. At this time, we do have a conflict of interest statement. I'm going to ask Ms. Boone, if you would, Commissioner Boone, to read the conflict of interest statement.
Yes, sir. In accordance with the rules of procedures adopted by this board in section 153A-44 of the North Carolina General Statutes, it is the duty of every member present to vote on all matters coming before the board, unless there is a conflict of interest as determined by the board or by law. Does any board member have a conflict of interest with respect to any agenda item coming before the board today? If so, please identify the conflict and the board will consider the matter.
Board members, are there any conflict?
No conflict, Buffalo.
Okay.
No conflict.
No conflict.
No
Boone.
conflict. Thank you so much. At this time, we shall continue with our consent agenda. In our consent agenda, you have a whole lot of minutes of our past meeting. You see them there. There was a lot of them, and hope you had an opportunity to read through them and to see if there were anything about these minutes that you object to or anything that was not that should not be that you have a problem with. You have those agenda, you have those minutes. I at this time would ask for a motion from you to approve the minutes that we have. And Attorney, what those minutes up to what date?
They are up to the end of June of 2022.
We got them up to June 22, and we'll have the others at our next regular meeting that'll be up to date. Board members, could I have your pleasure on the minutes. What's your pleasure?
Chairman Tanner, I make a motion that we approve our consent agenda, which includes board meeting minutes dated March the 7th, 2022, up to June of 29th, 2022.
I have a second.
Second, Buffalo.
Second, been moved and proper second that we approve the minutes as given. Are there any questions, any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it know by usual sign aye.
Aye, Buffalo.
Aye.
Aye, Boone.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much. At this time, we shall continue to move forward, and we shall move forward with our heritage talent presentation. Yes, right there at the podium. Yes. Yes.
First of all, to Chairman Tyner and Vice Chairwoman Faulkner, of course, I join you in prayers for her husband. And Commissioners Boone, Buffalo, and Edwards. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce the upcoming Peacock Pickling Short Film Festival and provide an exciting update or development. My name is Patricia Ferguson. I am former Chair of the Board of Commissioners in Bertie County, and memories are just flowing right about now, so thank you. For a number of years, I've explored the potential of the arts in Northeastern North Carolina and the industry's ability to fundamentally impact the quality of life of the region as a formidable economic engine and industry partner, alongside all of the hard work that continues to be done by our local, state, and corporate partners. And this is why I'm here. I know I'm before you to announce the Regional Film Festival, which consists of a hybrid of filmmaking of young people and adults as well, and a project innovation component, believing that faith and hope should be a category in filmmaking because it elevates all of our stories. Documentaries and others, a short film ranging from 5 and under 45 minutes, taking place September 8th, 9th, and 10th, 2023, hosted in Bertie County. However, I'm also here to ask this board at a later date to consider partnering to create a regional film commission. The film industry in Northeastern North Carolina would represent a community and economic development, vocational education opportunity, promoting the emergence of a whole new workforce. North Carolina legislation has in place a 25% rebate for films and television series and pays up to $31 million annually. For example, it is reported that last year Wilmington made $300 to $325 million of the $416 million North Carolina made in profits, and $7 million in rebates were announced for 2 projects in Wilmington by the North Carolina Department of Commerce from their film and entertainment grants. And still there is an ongoing demand for content. And Northeastern North Carolina is a place that can help supply just that. I know in closing, we are not a Wilmington or a Charlotte or Raleigh or Asheville, but we are uniquely Northeastern North Carolina. And it is living here, our small towns, the people, its natural beauty, our history, its affordability, natural resources. And we are rich in talent and storytelling that makes us competitive. And the trades of our everyday people that live here, the industry needs them. Before a movie, there are trades, carpenters, electricians, sound engineers, costuming, makeup, craft, food services, finding shooting locations. I'm sure all of you can do that. Art department, construction workers, machinery, and electronics. Most times when we think of filmmaking, we think of the actor or the actress and all of the glitz and glamour. My goodness, but there is an entire industry that supports film that we can provide. Landscapers, photographers, videographers. North Carolina is already seen as a film-friendly state. Thank you for your time. We have on our hands the emergence of an industry with limitless potential in our region, and it is ripe for its introduction. I'm hopeful you will support and promote the film festival, of course, needing all kinds of young people and adults as well to submit films, but also give some consideration to joining to establish a regional film commission. Thank you.
Thank you. Board members, are there any questions you need to ask Ms. Ferguson at this time?
I don't have any questions, but I would just like to make a statement. Thank you for coming and presenting this information to us tonight. And I do agree about the talent in this area. Our young people, particular at the high school level, they are always interested in theater, drama, arts. But we don't have that to offer them in our school system. And so we are in the process at the high school level, I know, of forming a performing arts club. Of course, volunteers of the staff to carry that out. But I would be interested in speaking with you outside of this formal setting to discuss further maybe how you could possibly come in and possibly share your knowledge about the film industry thus far with our young people, letting them know that there's more, like you said, than just an actor or actress. But if you have those other skills, the behind the scenes that people don't talk about. So thank you for coming.
Thank you. And there are grants that create vocational experiences where they will actually have our young people work on sets, and there's a coach there that would coach them through what to do so that the opportunity is right. I do want to mention, if it's okay, with Mr. Chairman, is that I've been meeting with boards of education around film clubs.
Oh, good.
And also conversations are being had with community colleges for offering it as an actual degree program
Mhm.
and to include workshops and things of that nature. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
To add to that, on our western end of the county, there is a plan in place right now to have an open theater up there. It's in the work up there to have an open theater up there at the western end of the county, up there at the
Mhm. It's soon to be cultural wellness.
yeah, that's
Center.
right.
Mhm.
Well, the center.
That is fantastic.
That's in the work. That will be a theater there where we're gonna perhaps have a
Mhm.
country singing and blues singing
That
and
is awesome.
acts and everything else coming there on that.
We are looking to also give, because it's a national film festival, we are looking to identify emerging filmmakers in northeastern North Carolina, and currently working toward raising resources for maybe a $5,000 or $10,000 award for the best film, to include inviting some of the big dogs to come and purchase perhaps some of the talent that's on display that day.
Thank you so much, and
Awesome, thank
keep
you.
us informed as you move along and as you develop. I think it's going to encourage people to come and
Thank you.
be in Northampton County. We appreciate it. Thank you.
I apologize for my departure, but I'm heading to another meeting. Thank you for
Thank you.
understanding.
No problem.
Thank you.
No
Thank you.
problem. At this time, we're ready. Community presentation.
Okay, let's thank you. Do I need to talk into this or can?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay,
we appreciate
I-
hearing.
Yeah.
great, thank you. I'm Duna Long. I'm with Turning Point Workforce Development Board, which serves Northampton County, Halifax, Edgecombe, Nash, and Wilson County. And we're here to present Northampton County's Work Ready Community Maintaining Plaque. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. But first, I want you to meet the team that made that happen. So may I just turn over the mic so they can introduce themselves? Please say your name and your.
Hey, good evening.
Evening.
Jenny Lewis, and I am the Roanoke Valley Chamber of Commerce President, CEO, and it's my pleasure to be here with you all tonight.
Thank you for coming.
Good evening. My name is Robin Williams, and I'm representing the Northampton County Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Kim Mack and I'm representing Halifax Community College.
Hi, good evening, Siobhan Deloach. I am the Business Education Partnership Manager and I'm with the Roanoke Valley Chamber of Commerce. Sorry.
So as you can see, it took collaboration to earn this for Northampton County. And this is just a fraction of our team. Our whole team couldn't be here, like Roanoke Chowan Community College. They were also involved. Jaquetta Stevenson, and she's actually the one who got the plaque for us when she was in New Orleans for the conference. So what is it? What have we done? Well, if you look up at your screen, you'll see it's ACT. They're the same organization that created the college entrance exam. They created an exam, they call it an assessment called Work Keys. And what it does is it assesses workers on their ability to read at work, to do math at work, and also to read graphs and locate information. There are more assessments, but those are the three that North Carolina has chosen for our schools and our community colleges, those three parts. So what happens is a student, let's say they're at the high school and they're taking a career and technical education class. If they take two, they're considered a concentrator, and then they're required to take the Work Keys assessment, and it's assessed them on those three parts. Well, so we have, if you look up on the screen, I got a mouse, so let me scroll it. There we go. If you look, we have 567 people in Northampton County who have earned a career readiness certificate. That's the certificate that's given to a person who passes the Work Keys assessment. So the total that we have for Northampton County, our workforce that has passed this is down towards the bottom, 948 people in Northampton County have passed this assessment. So we wanted to earn this certification for Northampton County, because what happens is when Mr. Williams talks to a business about moving to Northampton County and they know very little about us, this can be a tool he can use to say, this is our workforce and this many people have proven on a national test that they can read for work, do math at work, and information. So it's a helpful tool with economic development. We earned it in 2017, the Work Ready Community Certification. Sorry, there it is. And you can see we earned it in 2017, but this June we got our maintenance status. And we just wanted to acknowledge that. And we received a plaque for Northampton County that shows that we have maintained our status, which means basically we're continuing to give the assessment and more people are earning it. One of the things that's important too is this part of the screen where it shows the employers in Northampton County who have acknowledged that this is a tool out there to help with hiring. So these are the companies that were willing to put on the website that they acknowledge that this is out there. Let's see. Any questions? Does this pretty much make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much and congratulations to Northampton County. Can we take a picture?
Certainly, you may.
Thank you.
Do that.
We do it, Chairman.
We'll come down. We'll come right down. We'll come board members.
Just you, right, Mr. Chair?
No, all your board members. I'm myself. Last year, I was chairman for Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's some great news for Northampton County.
Yes.
Over 900 people have qualified to hold jobs.
17.
They're calling us every day, especially that place called Lowe's, needing people. Severn Peanut Company took all they needing people to work in these industries. This time we should have the Catherine Lowe's as the lands, I'm sorry, as a person appraisal, please.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, county manager, county attorney, members of the public. I am Catherine Lane with Pearson's Appraisal Service. Tonight is the final step for the adoption, if the board desires. Back on October 17th, of course, the board was presented with the schedule of values, standards, rules for the 2023 real property appraisal. At that meeting, the board set a public hearing for November 7th. That meeting was conducted with no comments from the public nor the board at that time. And I do have an overview, if the board desires, 12 slides of where we are, the process. If you want to go through those, we can prior to the adoption. It's just a recap of this big manual that's got a lot of tables, rates, calculations within it. This can be serve as an overview if the board, Mr. Chairman, desires.
No, I don't desire.
Okay.
We've seen this in our book.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Go through it. Some of us still wouldn't know more what we already.
Right. Yes, sir.
But at any rate, we have received it and the board right now can adopt.
Yes, sir.
So desire.
Yes, sir.
How you all coming along with the part that you're supposed to do?
We are, Pearson's and the team is complete with all the initial field reviews, I will say, for the county, over 21,439 parcels. The commercial properties, industrial, will continue to review those, of course, as we get down. Ms. Mason, the tax administrator, will maybe presenting something along the lines, because we anticipate sending out the reappraisal notices in February. That would coincide with her listing period. That would eliminate any additional form to be sent to the taxpayer. They could be sent all in one form if you desire that. But Ms. Mason probably will follow up at some point. But Mr. Chairman, the project's moving very well. The public has been good. The board, the staff, Ms. Mason and her staff, I just want to mention, have been amazing with the reappraisal. Yes, sir. If you do desire to adopt tonight, we would ask that you adopt also the present use and the market rates incorporated in the book. There are two signature pages provided for your convenience. Yes, sir. But that can be an all-in-one motion if the board were to desire that this evening. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Well, members, you got any questions you need to ask? Nobody likes reval. We know what that is. Things are going up. Property is going up. No one likes it, but it's the law. Something that we don't have control over. Something we gotta do. So it is before us. So board members, what is any questions, first of all, that you need to ask?
No question.
I have none.
Elmer,
I have none. No, sir, Mr. Chairman.
county manager, got any questions? Sir. Let me ask our county tax administrator, got a question? Could I have a motion then, at this time that we adopt?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adopt the proposed adoption of the 2023 reevaluation schedule of values. The present use and the market rate of the properties.
Second.
With a proper second. Adopt this schedule that has come before us. Are there any questions, any discussion?
No question.
If not, all in favor, known by usual sign aye.
Aye, Buffalo.
Aye.
Aye, Boone.
Ayes have it. Motion is carried.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank the board.
Thank you, same.
Same to you.
At this time, our tax administrator, if you would please come and talk about some lowering tax.
Good evening.
Evening.
I'm before you this evening to obtain the board's approval to release and refund admin taxes in the amount of $93,839.90. That's on 12 of the year. Taxpayers have written in that I'm before you and asked that I come before you on their behalf. The Board of Commissioners may, upon receiving a taxpayer's written statement of a valid defense, release or refund such tax if the valid defense is one of the following reasons: a tax imposed through clerical error, an illegal tax, and a tax levy for illegal purposes. The board does have the authority to release or grant the release or refund, and it's my recommendation that
Board members, we have this before us. You have a copy. One of them is a large amount,
Mhm.
mean a large amount.
like an
Yes,
I do,
please
yes.
do.
So it's two properties up here where you see the third amount not applied. They were approved to be deferred, to have amounts deferred, and for some whatever reason, the system didn't pick it up. So we had to go back and release that amount. So they were approved for it, but the system didn't pick it up, and when they billed them the total amount. We had to go back and release that amount that they were.
So system made it. Well, members, any other questions? Are you, did she answer that one satisfactory for you?
Yes, sir.
Buffalo?
I'm fine.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, board members, at this time, I'd like for a motion that we will refund these folks total $93,838.90. Motion.
Yes, Chair, I make a motion that we approve the release in the amount of $93,839.90.
I have a second.
Second, Buffalo.
So, let me, before I carry this motion, let me ask the attorney, do you see anything in this?
No, based on the presentation by Ms. Mason, I concur.
Okay, are there any questions in discussion? If not, all in favor, nobody sign aye.
Aye, Buffalo.
Aye.
Aye, Boone.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much. This time, Mr. Phillips, you have something before that you want to bring before us tonight.
Sir, good evening again, everyone.
Good evening.
For you, one budget amendment for tonight, budget amendment number 19. The amount of $22,805. It's for receive two insurance reimbursements for vehicle repairs, one in the amount of $19,395 and the other in the amount of $3,410. For again, a total of $22,805.
the paperwork with it. Good gracious. Cut down a tree to get this to her. Good gracious of me. Board members, you all got anything you want to?
No, sir, read it.
No question.
You bring all that.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of budget amendment number 19 in the amount of $22,805.
Okay, could I have a second? Move suckers, be moved and probably second that we will accept 22,500 $805. Are there any questions? Okay. Not all in favor, known by you, you're saying aye.
Aye.
Hi, Boone.
Let's have a motion is carried. Ms. Phillips, are there any others?
Just have a few quick notes for everyone. Keep everyone in the loop, what's going on. With the holidays coming up, we do have the annual holiday bonus of $217 per employee, full-time employee that will be paid out first paycheck in December. So the December 15th paycheck, every full-time employee will receive $217 each. On January 1st of the new year, we're scheduled for the 2.5% increase for all full-time staff and permanent part-time staff. That's 2.5%, that's budgeted. We did start the 2023-2024 budget process. We sent out the capital improvement budget worksheet and a deadline, I believe, of the first or second week of December to get that back. And it's a SIP, it's a capital improvement plan, which means we're not just asking for the upcoming fiscal year, but we're asking for a 5-year review of your area so we know what's going on, what can be expected, and there are no surprises. So we can properly plan for the future. And final note, all county offices will be closed 12 noon on Wednesday in observance of the holiday. And that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. I think out of what you just said, the most important thing I could think of is that everybody's gonna get a bonus for Northampton County. And then everybody's gonna get a 2.5% increase on salary.
That's right.
In January. I don't think this board for
Awesome.
putting that in the budget. It's in the budget. We had planned for that. Gave them all 2.5% at the beginning of the year. And now we're coming back to give them the other 2.5%. That's to all employees in Northampton County. We're doing all we can to hold on to our employees. We still got a huge number of vacancies. Huge number of vacancies, and we're trying to fill those. Now, it also requires, and I know that Sheriff Department and probably the 911 and EMS, I know that they're crying out loud because of it's now it seems to be that people are able to work in Halifax and Northampton, Hertford, Warren County. We got to be just competitive. And I know, and the Sheriff Department too is hurt. We know that they're hurting because of employees. So we're looking at ways that we can keep our best employees so that they can continue to work with us. So Mr. Phillips, I appreciate you working with all the departments, doing all we can to keep our employees, the ones that we have, and do a good job of recruiting people to come to our county. You can look on our website and you'll see all the vacancies that we have in all the departments in the county. So please, as citizens, you can help us by recommending and by sending folks that you know or friends that you know who want to work in county government, send them to HR for Northampton County. Again, thank you, Mr. Phillips. At this time, Mr. Phillips, do you have any other remarks?
No, it's, have a safe and, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Okay, are there any citizens' comments? Okay. Okay, Tricia, Pitt. Okay, Tashima, please come. up here. Yes.
Good evening and thank you for
Well,
letting me.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm supposed to go over the instructions. Your comments will be limited to 5 minutes. The chair will cut off all speakers exceeding their allotted time. Should you have questions of the board, you will receive a subsequent oral or written response from this board or county staff. The board will not respond or otherwise engage in a dialogue with you during your allotted time. This time is allotted on the agenda for citizen comments for the purposes of allowing public commentary on county business. This time is not an open forum to be publicly critical of the performance of any county commissioner or county employee, and the chair will maintain the order and decorum of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is to number 8 on the agenda.
Okay,
I just want to understand it. Is it a public document that's open to county residents? And where was it posted? So there was any public comment? That was all I wanted to know.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Person is back there. If you don't mind, see her out. Okay, she will. No, we don't address it here, but you can address it right after the meeting, okay? Thank you. Were there any other comments? No. Board members, do you have any comments you'd like to make tonight? Before I do the recognition.
I just want to, good evening, everyone. On Friday evening, the Halifax City College Board of Trustees announced our next sitting president for the college, Dr. Patrina Elliott. She will begin her duties on January 1, well, actually the 2nd. The contract is January 1 of 2023. And also I want to thank everyone who participated in the Veterans Luncheon on Friday. Thank you for helping us out. And I just learned today that the Severn Peanut Company had purchased the old San Filippo Peanut Company in Garrisburg, and they have a store there. So if you need to purchase some holiday treats, please go by and support them. It's off of Highway 46, over the tracks to the left. If you're going towards Gaston, it'll be back on the left. Let's do everything we can again. If we need some gifts to support Severn Peanut and their
Absolutely.
store. Thank you.
Thank you, Buffalo. Appreciate that. How about it?
I'll have a few words. Just want to say good evening to everyone and thank you for coming out tonight to share with us. Excited about the possibilities that are continuing to come forth here in our great county. I just also wanted to add to what Commissioner Buffalo mentioned about our newest Halifax Community College president, Dr. Patrina Elliott. She is a former Northampton County Public School student, born and bred here, and graduated from Northampton County High School East. And so congratulations to her. And I also wanted to share, well, to state that I hope that everyone will have a happy and safe holiday if you celebrate. And just remember again, the original stewards of the land on which that we sit tonight, our Native American descendants, and just enjoy family and friends, and just be safe, and hold your loved ones dear and close. And again, happy holiday.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say good evening to everyone, and I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Do my closing remarks and the recognition that you have on the agenda. We note that two of our board members will officially tonight will be the official last meeting unless there is a call meeting between now and December 5th, and I don't see where there will be one. I want to take this opportunity to thank two of you all for your service to Northampton County. I want to thank you for working to make Northampton County a better place. I just have a moment of privilege. I'd like to thank you for your time, service. These last 4 years, if I could reminisce just a little. We started down old in the courthouse, boardroom, commissioner's room. That's when we came together, glued together, said we were going to work together. I want to thank you for bringing to the table, working together as a team. I can remember there when we met, we didn't have a mission statement for the county. Now do we have a vision statement? I can remember it was yesterday. All you smart folks came up with mission statement and of course, vision statement. I can remember us saying that our commissioners meeting would be business-like. We would take care of it, business-like. It would not be a circus. If we disagree, we try to handle that before and after the meeting. In our meeting, cannot agree. Let's not even have it on the agenda. So I want to thank you for coming together, have us to have a commissioner meeting that we will have an opportunity to make Northampton County better. I want to thank you looking with us. I remember that meeting. We were looking at all the indebtedness of the county. First thing we wanted to do, we'll do the county up. I want you to know, because of your working with us in the county, we were able to erase, relocate those outstanding invoices or things that we had going on that we need to pay. We need to get out of. One of them in particular was Lowe's, costing us $60,000 to $70,000 a month. I want to thank you for working so hard to look at our expenditures, our income. Because what we wanted to do, we all declared that we were going to reduce tax. That's what we said we were going to do. And every year, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We've been able to do just that. We've been able to do that because we reduced our expenditure. We looked at all of our expenditures and where we needed to reduce, we did. And then by doing that, when we looked at all our indebtedness, 2 schools need to still be paid for. Central social service building need to be paid for. Administrative building for the school system need to be paid for. All of that, even our cultural arts center in Jackson, still need to be paid for. So what we did, we looked at all our indebtedness and saw that we had it financed interest rate of 5-6%. And when the interest rate went down, we went back and looked at all of those. We were able to reduce that to 1% and 2%, no more. I'm glad we did it when we did it, because now it would be 6%, 6 or 7%. But I want to thank you. We also talked about how we can grow our county. You know, you said in the meeting, let's look at what we can do to raise our sales tax. Thank you for looking at how we could do that, because doing that meant that we had to have businesses to pay the sales tax. Before you came on, we did not have enough sales tax to pay the indebtedness that we owe, the bonds that we owe. But because of you and your efforts, small businesses, and because of one in particular situation, that's here in the town of Jackson, y'all came aboard, said, yes, we're gonna have a grocery store in Jackson. We saw in the budget, there was $300,000 left in CDBG fund. That's federal funds, folks, that the state and the government gave us. We invested that in that store, $75,000 to buy that store. Then we went and tried to find someone, y'all remember, to operate on that store. And what we did by using those funds, we could help them by financing it for 5 years, part of it, because the CBG fund said if you have employment, then it will not all have to be paid back, and it will be forgiven because you employ people. So I just want to say thank you for the insight. And because of that, small businesses have grown across this county. And I'm one to tell you now that the amount of monies we receive have gone up at least $500,000 in sales tax. But the other way, we know the only 2 ways you can get money in the county. The other way is through our property tax. Board members, thank you. No one wanted to do that. It was a risk, but we understood that because we sitting in the back room, y'all remember, whether we get elected or not. We are no politician. We're here just to do a job. You remember that, Ms. Buffalo? Sir. We're here to do a job. We ain't running no popularity contest. We're just here to do what we know is right. And because of that, we went and looked on the books in Northampton County. There were over $4 million owed to this county, people who have not paid their tax. And because of your efforts, we didn't go out and just say, everybody, you got to pay your taxes right now. We're going to do it now. We're going to foreclose on you. We came up with a plan. I usually call it, y'all remember, $1 that day and $1 tomorrow. How are you planning to do it? How are you planning to do it? We'll work out a plan for you to pay your taxes. And because of that, we have collected over $1 million in back taxes. I want to say to you, thank you for all that you've done and how you help us to do the things that we've done. Some folks have declared that perhaps it is me, Charlestown, that have done this, but it have not been Charlestown. The reason we're in this building tonight was because Mr. Edwards, this is your idea. It wasn't my idea. I was satisfied with it. You said, no, we got to get out of this small place. Then when I began to look at our senior citizen program, what we could do with our senior citizen program, I didn't have no idea of how we could have a building given to us, 2 buildings given to us. But there goes Ms. Buffalo, who went and found the president or whoever it was, asked them for the building, and God knows we got the building. Thank you, Ms. Buffalo. Then, Ms. Boone, I want to thank you for when we start talking about doing something in the county that makes a big difference, you were on board. You're the one who said, let's go and do something at Gaston Lake. Let's do something to bring industry, that can help the citizens on the western end of the county. I can't say enough about you all, how I appreciate you and all that you've done to help us do the kinds of things that we do. Finally, budget time. It was your input. Thank you for your input. Thank you for telling, as I was acting county manager, I thank you for your input that said to us, let's give employees 2.5%. Then we said, well, let's wait till January and give them another 2.5%. I just want to tell you, thank you. Then not only that, rescue squad. I'm just going back, it all come to me now. It's rescue squad. We wanted to make sure that those folks' living quarter was adequate. What we did, we went and purchased a building in Conway, $150,000. We went and purchased, paid for it there, paid for it. And now the rescue squad building is in Conway so that we can have a place where people who work with us can live and work because they stay overnight. I cannot say enough about how I appreciate you and all that you've done for Northampton County. And when I looked at the audit report, and anybody can look at it, it's online, you can see. We can see financially, we are better off than we've been. Better off than we've been. And we're even gonna be better off this year than we've been. And we didn't expect this. We thought that we had to build a courthouse. But my God, because of our working with federal and state, we're able to see the courthouses going up under your name. Thank you so much for helping us to do the courthouse. The courthouse is going up now, but I got news for you. The auxiliary building next to it is also going up. USDA has given us another $5 million grant to put up the other part of our courthouse. It's been given to us. Thank you for helping us as we went to Washington, D.C. and lobbied for houses for Northampton County. I'm sorry that you all got to leave and you're not a part of the housing that we're going to do to see it started, but come in a few days, you'll see it started. We're sending in the paperwork to USDA for that project, $3 million. $3 million. And the reason we don't have it because HUD said you got to go to your architect to give us the plans and everything that they need. You need to have a professional to do it. Mr. Williams couldn't do it, so we had to get our architect to do it. That's coming. That's here. And when you ride down this road and see it, you say, God, thank God I had something to do with it. I speak sincerely tonight to say thank you for working with us. The county today is not in any debt that you put it in. Thank you. Despite what anybody say, it is not in any position. We owe less now than we've owed. So thank you for all that you're done, and because of your work. Each of you have this token of appreciation. I'd like to give you, thank you for your service, devotion, dedication, service of Northampton County. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Can we give you? Likewise, Mr. Boone, your hard work, helping us do the kinds of things that we've been about. I personally say thank you on behalf of the citizens, on behalf of the Board of Education. I want to say thank you, and here again, say thank you for your dedicated and dedicated work with citizens in Northampton County. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not gonna prolong because I know everybody's ready to go. I just wanted to thank you for your leadership. And it's been a pleasure to serve right here at home, Northampton County. And it's been just a pleasure to work alongside you, Chair, Vice Chair Faulkner, in her absence, Commissioner Buffalo, Commissioner Edwards, our Attorney McKellar, and thank you, Mr. Phillips and Ms. Robertson, and to the citizens who elected myself, thank you. I didn't take it lightly serving for the past 4 years. I know I was the youngest, but I made the decisions that I thought were best for the county and for citizens. And I thank you for trusting me to do that for the past 4 years. And I will continue to support my county, the Board of Commissioners, as they continue to serve for the next 4 years as our elected officials. And Commissioner Edwards, congratulations. Yes, sir, on your second term. And I'm just reminded, though, of the time when we were in the old commissioner's room, and we were there on a weekend and we were putting our heads together, and it wasn't just us. Don't even think that. We had the department heads. We weren't making those decisions by ourselves. We had department heads in those meetings. We were asking them what they thought their staff would want to see. What they thought that we, what we wanted to hear the voice of those that were working alongside us, because we weren't doing the work. The department heads and the staff were doing the work. And so those are things that, people, you hear murmuring, but you really don't know unless you come forth and you ask. We never, I can only speak for myself. I'm learning that in my DEI sessions, just use I statements. So I never approached this role as someone who knew it all, but someone who wanted to learn from others and gain from others. And so I just thank, again, this board, thank the citizens, and I just look forward to seeing Northampton County continue to grow. I'm excited to see I-95 develop. Halifax County, you have not seen anything yet. I'm excited to see what the western end is coming, because it's coming. And that's something that's been in fruition for over 40 years. And it's coming. To God be the glory.
I do echo Commissioner Boone's comments as well, and simply want to say thank you to the citizens for allowing me the opportunity to serve you. It has been an honor. I have enjoyed every moment of it. I've learned a lot. Yes, I will miss it, but my work will continue somehow in Northampton County. This will not be the last you will see of me. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, if there'll be no other remarks, I would like to have a motion. We would now go into closed session.
Yes, sir. I make a motion that we enter into closed session regarding GS 143-31811A6 for personnel, A3 attorney-client privilege, A4 EDC reporting.
Have a second.
Second, Buffalo.
We'll probably second, go into closed session. If all in favor, let know by you sign aye.
Aye, Buffalo.
I vote.
Ayes have it, motion carried. To all of you who are with us tonight in our closed session, there will be nothing in our closed session. It will be coming out after the closed session for a vote. Okay, just want everybody to understand that we do not do any voting coming back into session with anything that we need to vote on. If there's something that need to be voted on, it'll be brought up, it'll be on our agenda at our next meeting. Our agenda at our next meeting. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Please join us our next meeting. Let me mention them now. Our next meeting, we're planning to have it on the 5th. Is that right? The 5th? And we're planning to start that at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, we plan to start that with a little reception. There's gonna be some new kids on the block. And we're gonna bring them in and we're gonna have the reception. And then after reception, we'll have them sworn in and then we'll go into our meeting. Okay, so I just want everybody to announcement will be made and for you all to let your families know and all that we plan to do it here on the 5th at 5 o'clock. Okay? Right here. We're gonna do all right here. Okay, thank you. Have a good evening.